ॐ तव कथामृतं तप्तजीवनं कविभिडीडितं कल्मषापहं श्रवणमङ्गलं श्रीमदाततं भुवि गृह्णन्ति ये भुरिदा जना। Let us resume our discussion on Sri Ramakrishna's spiritual discourses with his devotees at his residence in Dakshineshwar temple premises on 22nd of February 1885. We know that it was a Sunday following the birthday celebration of Sri Ramakrishna in that year. And there was a very important discussion between him and ardent devotees like Girish Chandra Ghosh, to whom Sri Ramakrishna said that one can realize God if one is simple like a child. These are the new definitions as prerequisites for God realization. We have been hearing about various methods for God realization since ages, and they are classified as different yogas: Jnana Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Raja Yoga, and Karma Yoga, etc. And each path is defined with a set of norms, do's and don'ts, prerequisites, and they are very elaborate. And it takes a long time to adhere to those norms and practice them in spiritual life, and ultimately gain success in life as far as spirituality is concerned, which is realization of God, otherwise to see God in this very life. Here Sri Ramakrishna is giving another simple method, too simple to believe. Said one can realize God quickly if one follows, becomes simple. That's all. Nothing more is prescribed. Now, he said before that if one is not straightforward, then it becomes difficult for him to realize God. सरल बनने पर ईश्वर का शीघ्र ही लाभ होता है। By being guiltless, one can speedily realize God. সরল হলে শীঘ্র ঈশ্বর লাভ হয়। Now please mark the word सरल बनने पर। बनना या नहीं बनना हमारे हाथ पे है. It's not that we are born crooked. That's why he equates that what is the definition of simplicity. He says like a 5-year-old boy. Every one of us has crossed the age of 5, and we were all simple, and that is the standard set. Down the line we have lost our simplicity for whatever reasons, and the mandate is go back to your pristine simplicity. Be simple as you were before, not telling to do something else, something foreign. We were all simple. We have lost that opportunity to maintain the simplicity and realize God. He is reminding us, be simple so that you may realize God. And He is given a warning also. If you are not simple, then you will be far away from God. This we discussed. 3 types of people are not able to realize God. He has mentioned here that first, those who are not simple, those are crooked. They do something and say something else. Their words and actions do not correlate. What they say and what they think are different. And those who have that peculiar mentality of fastidious about the purity, and thirdly, those who are doubtful, doubting minds, cannot believe anything, goes on questioning everything. He doesn't have faith on anything. Sanshayatma. Sanshayatma, शुचिवाय एवं असरल, 3 होने से ईश्वर प्राप्ति नहीं होती है. Now then he moves on, which we discussed also, that is giving the nature of the Paramahansa. He says that he is talking about the nature of Paramahansa as if he is revealing what he is. We know we are calling Sri Ramakrishna Paramahansa. Now what is the definition of Paramahansa? Why you are calling a person? It is not only Sri Ramakrishna was a Paramahansa. In our tradition, in our history, there have been Paramahansas in every age. So it is a qualification. The qualification, so he is narrating what is Paramahansa, that is like a swan. You know, Hamsa, swan, Paramahansa is the great swan. And this we discussed in our last Sunday class, that Hamsa or swan has a very peculiar ability. When we give a mixture of milk and water, then if we are given a mixture of milk and water, we cannot separate. We have to drink the entire whole. But the swan, if we give a mixture, it will drink the water and reject the, it will drink the milk and reject the water. How is it done? Sri Ramakrishna is here explaining that in their saliva, in their tongue, the saliva, they have got this acidic material which separates milk from water. जो उनका जीवा में एक प्रकार का खट्टा रस रहता है, टक रस रहता है. There is the swan's tongue secretes an acid that separates the milk from a mixture of milk and water. Secretes is kind of acid. There is a phenomenon, physical phenomenon of a swan. For every swan is this. Now, so this is given as an example. As a swan has a capacity to take milk and reject water. Similarly, the Paramahansa has the capacity to take the essence in the world and reject the unessential. We are in a labyrinth here. We get confused. We cannot decipher what is good and what is bad. This world is overpowered by Maya, the delusion. So we are confused. We cannot decipher. And even if we are able to decipher, we cannot separate them because they are mixed. So here, unless it is, we all know that we don't want to be befooled. We all know that we want the good and we do not want which is not good. Now, our difficulty is we imagine a situation when there will be good only, so that we don't have to take the bad. The nature of the world is good and bad will be always connected. Satyanrite mithunikritam. Satya and amnirta. Satya means that is truth, which doesn't change. Real. And anrit means which is not truth. Anrit does not mean it doesn't exist. Though the Vedantis say it doesn't exist at all, but that's not true. It is existing, but it is not as it appears to be. You have to understand. What is Anrit? Anrit is not, what is Mithya? One definition of falsehood is this: it does not exist at all. Non-existent. Like we say that Akash Kusum, आसमान में पुष्प का उद्यान नहीं होता है, ये अलीक कल्पना. This is mithya. But then when you see a snake in a rope, the rope is real, snake is unreal. That is, the appearance is false. That is the difficulty in this world. The world is not as it appears to be. Now this differentiation, as we are not able to differentiate the real and the unreal, we are completely befooled. We take the unreal as real and then we are cheated. Swami Vivekananda says, Maya is a great cheat. It cheats us. It's presenting something very attractive and we accept it with simplicity, and then we are befooled that it has cheated us. It's not so. Take something, nowadays the packaging industry, they give something with a great package, but when you open, you see that it is something very bogus. So this is how we are being, not only once, repeatedly we are being cheated. But a Paramahansa is one who has got the ability to know what is real, what is unreal. That's what he says. Like the swan, it has a acid in its tongue which differentiates, so it takes the good and rejects the evil. We can never have an ideal world where there will be good only. Always there will be good and evil. We have to learn the art of living, the technique to live with all, accept the good and avoid the evil. You cannot get rid of evil. There will be always mixed. You can never imagine a world that will be good only. Good and evil exist, coexist always. We have to learn the art where we can decipher. So, the swan is that it is, since its birth, it has a janmagat gun, the quality it inherits, the swan. from the birth. From the birth it is a quality, but we do not. We have to acquire that quality. And that is the spirituality. By spiritual practice, we develop this quality where we can understand what is real, what is unreal. This is called viveka, discrimination. And once the viveka is established, then vairagya is automatic. Vairagya is renunciation. The two words. One is discrimination, another is renunciation. One is viveka, another is vairagya. Now ultimately vairagya is necessary. See that tyage naike amritvatva manashuhu. By renunciation alone, immortality is attained. This is the golden dictum of the Upanishads. So what we want is vairagya. And it is very interesting that every one of us has the intrinsic, this quality of spontaneous vairagya. Every one of us, we have vairagya. Vairagya means that we reject the unessential and accept the good. As this swan does, everyone does. We do not want any dross thing. We want good only. Everyone, we aspire for good. So we have the capacity to reject, not only capacity, our inner this nature of mind. We reject the non-essential and we accept the good ones. The problem is we cannot differentiate what is good and what is evil. By thinking that it is good, we accept it. And later on, we find we are got cheated. So, this differentiation is necessary. That's why vivek is necessary. Vivek, as soon as the vivek is established, then vairagya is automatic. Please try to understand. We have no problem of vairagya. Vairagya is spontaneous. The moment we are presented between a glass bead and diamond, no fool on earth will accept the glass and reject the diamond. If glass and diamond is presented, diamond will be accepted. Difficulty is we, with artificial ornament, we cannot make out whether it is genuine or not. So we have to learn the technique by which we can differentiate. That is vivek. That is called vichara. Discrimination in the good and the evil. That's why Sri Ramakrishna says, this art who has been proficient, who has established, who has learned the art, is the master of this art, he is Paramahansa. He never make a mistake, but it has to be earned. That is called Paramahansa. Here, Sri Ramakrishna says. So, in the common parlor, it is said, as a swan has this खट्टा रस जो हंस का जीवा में जैसे रहता है, वो परमहंस के जीवा में वैसे खट्टा रस रहता है, जिससे वो जो अच्छा है बुरा है अलग कर देता है. Now, what is that item that Paramahansa has by which he differentiates? We have to acquire that treasure within us, then the job is over. The moment we have that khatta ras within us, then the problem is over. With that litmus test, we separate acid and alkali. We know in chemistry lab we have litmus test. That the litmus paper, you dip it, if it is acid, it becomes red. If it is alkali, it becomes blue. Immediately we differentiate. The litmus test can be done. So that is here Sri Ramakrishna is saying, this is the golden synthesis of jnana and bhakti. This is the unique contribution of Sri Ramakrishna to let us know what is that acid. That is the most important thing. What is that acid which differentiates, which establishes our discrimination? Once our discrimination is established, once vivek is established, problem is over. Vairagya is automatic. Once the Vivek presents us, the real and the unreal, everyone will take without fail the real, reject the unreal. So that Vivek is the most important thing in our life. What is that Vivek? For Paramahansa, here Sri Ramakrishna says, Prema bhakti thakle nitya anitya vivek hoy. This is the secret, rahasya, ultimate truth pronounced by Sri Ramakrishna. प्रेमा भक्ति रहने से ही नित्य अनित्य का विवेक होता है. प्रेमा भक्ति is the khatta ras, that acid. If somehow we can have prema bhakti, then this differentiation is possible. Now we know this nitya nitya vivek, what is real, what is unreal, that is the standard discipline of Jnana Yoga. The Vedantin, the followers of the Jnana Marg, path of knowledge, their job is to continuously discriminate neti neti vichar, na iti. Arthad, I am asking the real. You take every material in your hand and you compare. Is it real or unreal? If it is real, accept it. If it is unreal, reject it. It goes on trying each and every item, each and every person in this world, individually, one by one. So that vichar has to be done. And what is the test? How do you know it's real or unreal? That which exists forever is real, and that which does not exist is unreal. Simple. Now in this world, nothing exists forever. Everything is transient. Unfortunately, we want whatever we have, our possession, our companions, we all want. We should stay together. But by the irony of fate, nothing will remain together. So everything around us is necessarily unreal. Sooner we learn, the better. Now this you can do it by continuous that reasoning, vichar. Go on reasoning and take one by one, and you will find no, it does not exist. Apply your intellect, buddhi, vichar. ये बराबर रहेगा नहीं. बराबर रहने का छोड़ दीजिए. प्रतीक्षण परिवर्तनशील. Everything around us is continuously changing. Not only changing after 12 years. Every moment everything is changing. It is a changeful world. The world, this our earth looks stationary. But science says it is moving at a great speed. This world of ours is moving around the sun with a great speed, but it appears as stationary. So everything around us which we are holding, our property, our assets, our money, our belongings, and our kith and kin, friends and foes, everything is changing. But it appears as stationary. So how we can get it understood in our mind, that which you are seeing as permanent, how can you say it doesn't exist? The mind will not be convinced. Mind saying will not do. Once understanding, realization, your own vision will make it confirmed. That which is moving, a circular ball, you can say it is moving. That which is stationary, how can you say it is moving? So this, the Jnana Margi has a long way to go. It takes births and births together to discriminate and get convinced that this world is false. It's a long way to go. Sri Ramakrishna is telling a shortcut. How you can acquire this technique, that is prema bhakti, love of God. There is another way, Bhakti Marg. One is Gyan Marg. Gyan Marg, I said, go on discriminating, neti neti. And when neti neti you go on discriminating, when everything is rejected, then what remains is God. When everything is denied, then what remains is God. There is nothing to remain. So, this ultimate end of discrimination is the realization of God. It's a long way to go. But another method, Sri Ramakrishna is saying, that is, try to love God. When you love God, then God alone remains. The world disappears. So you don't have to reject the world. World will reject you. There is a technique. When you catch hold of God, then world falls off. That prema bhakti is that acid, katta ras, prema bhakti hai, talk ras. Then our love of God, there is two things. One is that vairagya virakti. संसार में विरक्ति. संसार में विरक्ति तभी आएगा जब हमारा मन में विश्वास होगा कि संसार मिथ्या है, संसार रहने वाला नहीं. जब हमारे मन में ये विश्वास बैठ जाएगा तब हम संसार छोड़ पाएंगे. लेकिन ये विश्वास होने वाला नहीं है. वी आर सो मच अटैच्ड टू द वर्ल्ड. Try what may, you can never make your mind convinced that samsara does not exist. And if it does not go out of your mind, you cannot give up this world. Impossible. So this is a theoretical proposal that you discriminate and give up world. You want wala nahi. It is practically let the world be as there, as it is. Do not disturb. Your mind is that world exists, let it exist. You have an attachment, let it be attached. What you do, you develop an attachment with God. Let the samsara be there. Develop an attachment with God, and when God is attached, then the attraction from the world falls off. When you move towards the north, your distance from the south increases. If you want to increase your distance from south, you will not be satisfied, you will not be successful. Let south be there. You let us proceed towards the north. So, the method is develop love for God. And this love for God will take you away from the world. सो ईश्वर में अनुरक्ति ही विषय में विरक्ति. ये बात है. संसार में विरक्ति नहीं आएगी, आने का ज़रूरत नहीं है. ईश्वर में अनुरक्ति पैदा करे, संसार अपने आप दूर चला जाएगा. एंड दैट इज द acid of the Paramahansa. When you have this prema bhakti, then everything is solved. Now, you have to watch the word prema bhakti. He did not say it is love for God. It is called not bhakti. Bhakti is love for God. When he love God, there is two varieties. One is that we love God for some purpose. We love God, we love someone. Why? Because we want something in return. That is the normal reason for attachment. Whenever we love anything, we want something out of that person, out of that material. We love anybody, we want something in return. But in prema, there is no return. So love is a way, method to achieve something, is an upaya. Love is an upaya, method. is a step to fulfill our desire. We want something. So to fulfill the desire, we want something or some person. That person is necessary to fulfill my desire. We are not interested in that material or person. That is called Sakam Bhakti. That is also permissible. Normally that will be the beginning of the journey. But when Sakam Bhakti gets transformed into Nishkam Bhakti, उसी को प्रेम कहलाता है. Then it becomes love for love's sake. Love is not a method. Love is an end in itself. I love you, that's all. I don't want anything from you. That is true love. That is prema. And that is the Khattaras, not Sakam Bhakti. So most of us, we seek God with some motive behind. As Bhagavan says, 4 types of people call on me. They are all fortunate ones because they are calling me. Ultimately they will come to me, but not immediately. Choturvidha bhajante mam jana sukriti Arjuna. Sukritina Arjuna. Arjuna, they are sukritin, they are fortunate beings. 4 types. Choturvidha. Artha Jigyasu Artharthi Gyani. Artha Jigyasu Artharthi Gyani cha Bharatarsava. First of all, first category, those who call on God, भगवान को भक्ति करते हैं, ये सब भक्त है. They are not premies. Bhajante mam. First is artha. This we are being telling so that we can understand which category we belong. We can ask ourselves, why are we coming to God? What category we fall in? This our आत्म समीक्षा होना चाहिए, सेल्फ जांच होना चाहिए, मैं कहाँ पर हूँ. एक वैरायटी है आर्थ. आर्थ मीन्स ही हैज सम डिस्ट्रेस. फॉर सम रीजन और अदर ही इज दुखी है, सॉरी. आइदर ही हैज सम हेल्थ प्रॉब्लम, आइदर सम फाइनेंशियल प्रॉब्लम, सम social problem, family problem, he has bereavement, he lost a job, he is distressed, दुखी है, आर्त है, गम है. सो गम को हटाने के लिए भगवान के पास आए हैं. Most of us fall in this category. 95% fall in this category, arth. We have some problem. We come to God with a list of fulfillment, prayers, and unfortunately when the prayers are filled, then another set of demand comes. It's an unending list. इसकी कमी नहीं है. आज 10 कारण से भगवान के पास आए हैं. जब 10 कारण पूर्ण हो जाएगा और 15 कारण जुड़ जाएंगे. It's an unending list, and Bhagavan plays with us. We ask, he gives. This is an unending play. Bhagavan likes it. He wants to play with us. He doesn't want to be with us. He wants to play with us from a distance. So one is Artha. Second is Artharthi. Artharthi is a very intelligent person. He is a businessman. He does not want anything from God one way. He enters into a business contract. As in business contract, what you do, you invest some money with the hope of getting a rich dividend. The investment is not a donation. Investment is a policy by which we invest 100 rupees and we get a return of 200. So there must be return from the investment. We are loving God with hope to get something in return. Give and take. Artha is only taking, only asking, I have nothing to give, please help me. Artharthi is more mature. He doesn't want. He wants a business contract. हम चढ़ा देते हैं, कुछ भोग चढ़ाएंगे, लेकिन एक मन में रहेगा, भोग चढ़ा रहा हूँ लेकिन इससे हमारा ये फ़ायदा हो जाना चाहिए. This is also another variety of the devotees. Sri Ramakrishna says, if one person gives me one beetle, एक पान अगर मुझे कोई देता है, उसका पीछे 16 कामना जुड़ा रहता है. 16 desires are embedded in this pan. One pan, ये पान ले, उसके बदले में हमको ये 16 चीज़ चाहिए होगी. डिमांड, नॉट वन वे, बोथ वेज आई गिव. मंदिर में चढ़ा दिया और फिर जोड़ेंगे हमको उसके क्या फ़ायदा हुआ. फ़ायदा होता है इसलिए फिर चढ़ाता है. नॉट ओनली द फ़ायदा इन टर्म्स ऑफ monetary return, in various returns. One day I went to this Hanuman Setu, or this mandir of Hanumanji here. Now I saw a beautiful golden crown on Hanumanji. I said, वाह, ये सुंदर, ये अब वो जो मुकुट ताज लिया लाए, मुकुट सोना के मुकुट है, जल जल कर रहे हैं. अब कौन दिया? उन्हें सरकार वो विधायक, वो बोला था ये अगर विधायक बन जाएंगे तो मुकुट, तो विधायक दिया और मिल गया. तो अभी भी चढ़ाने वाला है और भी नेक्स्ट इलेक्शन में. तो ये है जो अर्थार्थी चढ़ाया, कुछ मिला. भगवान का नहीं मिलेंगे ना, उनका भगवान को चाहिए होगी. सो भक्ति इज मेंट फॉर ए पर्पस, उपाय. थर्ड इज द जिज्ञासु. ही नाइदर वांट्स एनीथिंग nor he wants to give anything, he wants to know what God is. He is a research scholar. Make a research what God is, whether God is real, unreal, whether he has form, without form. He is making an analysis for his understanding. He has entered into a mango orchard, not for eating mangoes, but for counting how many mangoes are there, how many trees are there, what is their adage. He is making a drawing, and he is spending his life in this vain pursuit. Jigyasu. Many are like this. Vain discussion, debate. भगवान एक है, ये अनेक है, द्वैत है या द्वैत है, विचार करते. Fourth is Gyani. He is a premi bhakt. He wants God for God's sake. He does not want anything else. He loves God. That is called prema. The गोपियों का प्रेम हुआ था और भगवान को प्राप्त किया. Now prem, now Sri Ramakrishna is making this harmony, integration. He says this prema bhakti is the power of discrimination among Paramahansas. This is unique, that he has integrated that bhakti yoga with jnana yoga. Prema bhakti is the power by which the devotee gets united with God. And then he says further, when develops prema bhakti, then Ishwarer anubhuti hai, Ishwarer darshan hai. This nowhere you will find that we know that when one has viveka, then develops discrimination, one rejects the world, and one has samadhi. When the world is gone, world does not exist anymore as real. The mind gets merged in the ultimate reality. That is called samadhi. Sri Ramakrishna says this prema bhakti not only enables us to have samadhi, but it enables us to have realization of God and vision of God as per our choice. We will discuss further this topic in our next Sunday class. Niranjanam nityam anantarupam bhaktanukampadhritavigraham vai Ishavataram parameshamidyam tam Ramakrishnam shirasa namama. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tatsat Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu. We close now with the chanting of the Lord. Please join with me. Hari Om Ramakrishna, Hari Om Ramakrishna, Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om. Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om. Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om. Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om. Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om. Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om. Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om. Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om. Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om. Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om.